Hello, guys. This is my speech about my informative speech about Disney World, specifically Disneyland. And first off, since it was the first land, the first park that Walt Disney designed, and of course, as you can tell, I like Disney. So let's begin. Well, first, how many of you guys have actually been to Disney World or Disneyland? Probably quite a few of you have. The more important question is how much did you enjoy it? Because Walt Disney's dream, his whole plan was to have a park where children and their parents and then their grandparents could all enjoy being together in one place, have fun together in just one park. Disneyland began, his original plan was to have 8 acres of land next to the Burbank studio, so his employees and then their families and his families could go and stay and relax while they're working and building and all that kind of stuff. But World War II started, so that put a hold on everything. And during that time, it gave him time to think about the land aspect, and he realized that 8 acres of land was not going to be enough for his plan. So in 1953, he had the Stanford Research Institution survey 100 acres of land outside of Los Angeles. He wanted to build a place that could have rivers and waterfalls and mountains and flying elephants and giant teacups and a fairy tale castle and moon rockers and scenic railways. He wanted it all. And he wanted to call this place Disneyland. Well, the construction started in July of 1954, just 12 months before the release date of the park. So he had 12 months to build 100 acres of a park in only 12 months, which is completely fascinating because you build a building and it takes 2 years to do it here in Topeka. So there were several different mini lands that he wanted to create in Disneyland, and one of them was the Main Street USA, which was going to be the front of the park. And what Walt Disney wanted, he wanted to have kids walk in and be flashback to what their grandparents experienced, live in their shoes. And then they wanted the grandparents to walk in and be like the kids again and just be incredibly happy to walk into somewhere where they just feel youth. And then the second land is Adventureland, which was his idea of an exotic tropical place. He wanted us to envision a far-off region of the world. To make this dreamland reality, he wanted us to picture ourselves far from civilization in a remote jungle of Asia and Africa, which is kind of cool. I think that's kind of amazing to have an area where you can just travel somewhere else and not really travel. Frontierland is the third one that he wanted in there, which basically is the Pioneer Days. He wanted us to experience the Pioneer Days because we should be proud of that. He wanted us to be proud of the people that first came in here and started the civilization of the USA. And he wanted us all to experience, even just for a short time, everything that happened during that period. The fourth one that he wanted was Fantasyland, and personally that's my favorite one. He wanted, his goal for it was to make dreams come true. And just like When You Wish Upon a Star from Cinderella, he wanted everyone's dream to come true when they walk into this land. He wanted everyone's fantasies to come true. He wanted people to fly with Peter Pan and jump into Alice's Wonderland, and he wanted people to experience Sleeping Beauty's castle and a fantasy village. He just wanted the kids to go crazy with their imagination, which I love Fantasyland. The next one is Tomorrowland. And Tomorrowland basically is the marvels of the future. He wanted us to experience what could happen in the future. And they just made a movie about Tomorrowland, and I haven't seen it yet, so I'm kind of excited to go see that, though. I knew I need to rent it. And then Disney World comes along. Disney World came into his mind in the 1960s when he wanted to envision a park on the eastern side for the people who can't really travel to California. So he wanted to have a park on the other side of the USA. So in 1971 was the grand opening of Disney World's park. But it was a park and resort. It was the first one that he had, the parks and like a hotel built onto it so you could stay at Disney World itself. The first official visitors was William Windsor and his family, and they were personally escorted by Mickey Mouse into Magic Kingdom, which is kind of cool. And one cool fact of Disney World was that on December 27th and November 26th, the park had reached its capacity of people, the entry, and the entry was restricted for several hours, so nobody could go in. So people who were waiting in line could not move for several hours until people started leaving because of that many people in there. It was kind of crazy. So, in conclusion, Walt Disney wanted to make every single person happy that walked into his gates of Disneyland. This is the main reason why he kept growing his company and branching out to many locations, because he went all to different countries. He wanted everyone to experience the happiness and joy of Disneyland. I personally could not thank him enough for providing me with that excitement for myself, and not just myself, of course, but for my family and my future family. So I just hope you enjoy this. Thank you. Bye.